Hi, it's STRAB and people watching videos on the interwebs. I'm still Bas de Beer. How you guys doing? And I'm here with Willim Welsyn. And this is going to be a shock to you, but this interview might happen in English.
No problem.
Can you speak English?
Yes, I can. I'm an interviewer myself for Rolling Stone magazine, so I have to do a lot of interviews in English.
We're actually getting there. You're ruining my plot purposes now.
When start over.
No, never. Because that's the whole thing about STRAB and Mozambique. It's go with the flow, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what do you actually like most about STRAB, the whole vibe?
Well, so far it's a lot of information to take in. It's my first time. I'm a STRAB virgin, and when I camped, old friends of mine, actually old connections who gave me my first break as a musician. When I woke up, I took a nap, and when I woke up, they were set up next to me, and I was like, oh wow! And I didn't come prepared really. I didn't have any bedding or anything, and they sorted me out, and they make me coffee in the morning, and so they still there mothering me basically, and it was so cool. That was my first experience. The second one is obviously the beach, and third, most important one is awesome music.
What's been your favorite artist so far?
Well, I traveled with Pict and Akades, STRAB, and maybe that's going to be a bit biased, but since I was a teenager, I was a big Botha and Akades fan. So
they're legends, eh?
Yeah, they're legends. Yeah.
When they played last night and they played the Yanni Cocaine, that was the first Akades tune that it was still on alternatief op sy beste volume 1 of 2 or something.
That's an old song. They haven't played that song in years in the setlist.
Exactly. I've never seen them perform it live, and I've seen them quite a couple of times, which is
such a dark, beautiful song.
Have you read the words?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
It's yeah. Let's go for deep and dark.
Okay.
That's what she said. So tell us a bit about your music. I mean, I've literally only seen your music videos as Willim Welsyn in the Sunrise Toffees. Yeah. And apparently you forgot your toffees at home in Cape Town. So what's up with the solo shit, eh? How's that going?
Okay, what happened was we toured for 5 years full time, and the road is quite a harsh place to be, and so eventually they couldn't basically budget their money that they made from the tours. So I had to sponge off other people. Well, I could, because I'm a bit more smart. So they basically got jobs. They started studying, and I got angsty, so I went to go study myself. And I studied a 3-year mid-20s crisis degree, finished that, and started working. So everybody's working now. So it's a bit difficult to get everybody off work and to schedule everything together. So when we have the time and we're scheduled, we'll play together. And but for now, I'm on my solo missions now. I quite enjoy it because I've got totally free reign. I don't have to worry about does the bassist know that part, does the drummer know that part, because I've got a kick drum and I've got a loop station, and I've forgot the loop station to the gig. So I just winged without it. So yeah, I like playing the solo gigs now. Yeah.
So you don't do any more toffee shows?
No, we do them. Yeah.
Okay.
Do them. So when they're available, it's in the drummers.
So the fuck you wasn't serious. It was
no
jokey.
Fuck, they'll know. No, there's no vibes. The thing is, we might have well we could have just broke up the band, but we're not pissed off at each other or anything. It's just life happens, and if we're together, we'll play. You know. So we've got like 3 shows coming up in Cape Town in the next month or 2. So we're still playing together, but we'll never break up that band because there'll never be hard feelings between us. You know, that band, if we're together, we'll play. So it's almost like Jackhammer. You know.
Yeah.
It's almost
I think Jackhammer pretty much only plays when they're at a festival.
Precisely, because everybody is there and they're together, you know, and you just basically group up and do the thing that you know best, you know.
Well, let's go a bit to your Rolling Stone side. I mean, that's kind of, I want to say you reached fame quicker through Rolling Stone than your music, actually, because I mean, you're kind of underground with your music, especially up in Gauteng and so, but with Rolling Stone's distribution being, well, international, everyone starts knowing about you. Now, put it this way, I'm an opinionist and I'm a critical person.
You must get it right first.
A critical killer. That's where I'm going. I've read your shit. Sometimes you've got really fucked up opinions. But really? I respect the fact that you've got an opinion, and you're not one of those pansies that refuse to give an opinion. How does it feel for you to be able to criticize and comment on a music industry of which you are actually part of?
Okay, well, those criticisms are very specific in the sense of I'll get albums to review. I'll review albums. And that's the only critical stuff I do. The other stuff that I do mostly are opinion pieces where I interview bands. But on the review side, I feel that I've got a right to. I'm not a born critic. I don't want to criticize people. I just want to give someone the best information that I can on what to expect from an album, and to be objective about it. Because I've been in the studio, I've been on the road, I've been to the Samos twice. I won an award once, you know. I've walked that line. I spoke to a lot of industry people before. I know people like Benji Moody, people like Brian Curran, you know, and industry legends, you know. So
cool.
I think I've got a little bit of more than the basic journalist.
More informed.
I'm more informed and I'm more on the ground. So when I'm reviewing an album, I will never diss anybody for the sake of dissing. I'll listen to what you give to me, and if that's cool, I can write a cool review. And if it's really shit, then I'll try to be subtle about it. But at the end of the day, if you submit a review, our editor Miles Kulok, he will basically edit that review and he'll listen to every album that's being reviewed. That's the thing. He won't basically just accept a review and put it because it's from my opinion. He'll go listen to that album and agree or disagree with me. He'll come back to me. He'll rewrite it. So it's actually a long process, and some of those reviews are short little paragraphs.
Yeah, but it takes 3 weeks.
But it takes 3 weeks because it's short. You know, every little word counts. You know. But I'm not very opinionated about. I don't diss any people. I don't really get that from. What article are you referring to?
I can't remember. I read everything on the internet daily. I'm Google. If you had to give one set piece of advice to a band concerning their media profile,
yeah.
You know, it's very easy for a musician to say what should you do at a gig, whatever. But especially seeing as you've got the experience in both genres now, from a journalistic perspective, what should a band look out for? Give them some advice.
Some advice. Okay. First thing is, I get a lot of young bands that write us emails and calls us up and they ask, hey, what do we have to do to get a feature in the magazine, like a fiction article?
Get famous.
And I'm like, no, it's not about not even about getting famous. It's about go play your music, do your thing, and then that feature will come to you, you know, or that put out your music. Just do it. Go and play it. That's what those guys have been doing for years. They're just playing the music, and then all of a sudden, the music becomes your snowball, not your media thing. There's a lot of ways to market yourself, but to get your and go live your life basically as a musician, because then your stories are going to come out. And what Rolling Stone magazine, what we essentially do is to tell stories. At the end of the day, if you've got a story to tell, we'll tell that story.
So basically, you are there to make sure that they keep on track with. Don't do music to be famous, but become famous because you do your music.
Precisely.
I like it. And last but not least, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Well, you can send me an email at wwelsyn@rollingstone.co.za if you've got an album you want to review, if you want to. The thing is, with those people who sorry to interrupt myself.
Yes.
Those people who ask for the feature usually. I've got a podcast show on the Rolling Stone website. I just interviewed Andra at the tent, and she played me a song as well. It's going to be a beautiful podcast for the show. It's a long form, casual conversation like we're having now, but it's for an hour long. So if you don't have, and what usually happens with those young bands, they come in for an interview for the podcast, and then after 20 minutes they get nothing to say. But
Substance speaks.
Precisely. And the other day I got Gerald Clark in, and we had an hour conversation, and there was too little time.
Yeah.
Because he's got so much to say. He's got a story, you know.
The man of riches. I love that dude.
You know, that's what I mean. Like all the people who've been actually a little grondpad kind of thing. Those people's got stories to tell, but that's what we do. We tell stories.
So basically, no idol will ever be able to say that.
Well, actually, we had Kaya in the latest. He was on one of our podcast shows, and he had a story to tell because he was a gospel artist before that. And when we traced his roots, and there was a reason why he won. And then he went to go play in Nigeria, and he had all this different kind of categories of African music versus Nigerian music and how different the seniors there. So he actually had a story to tell at the end of the day. But I think that's those winners who win, they're real musicians. Elvis Blue's got a story to tell.
Elvis Blue is awesome. Precisely. As a person, as a freaking musician, is really cool.
I don't think someone who's got basically fuck all's going to win idols. You have to have something.
No, gimmick can only take you so far.
Precisely.
Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, I've got a fan page called Willim Welsyn in Sunrise Office. Join that, go like that, and get in contact. I've got a fake virtual band called Die Kiefpille. We've never played a show.
Say that in slow.
Die Kiefpille. Okay.
For the English-speaking people, that is the cool penizers.
So the cool penai.
Penai.
Go check out the Kiefpille. We've got nothing on there. It's just a bunch of fans. Not one song, not one gig. There's people asking, so when are you guys playing again? As if we played before. Anyway, yeah, check me out on Facebook. I'm Willim Welsyn. Go join our Rolling Stone fan page at Rolling Stone SA. That's our Twitter handle, sorry. And then Rolling Stone South Africa on Facebook. I do the website as well, so
Cool.
send me press releases, I'll put it up.
Awesome. Thank you. This is our handshake moment.
Thank you, Beer.
It's a pleasure. Remember, follow me at Bars the Beer on Twitter. And by the way, the backdrop for this is the awesome Isuzu that Isuzu gave us to drive here. We call it Killer Susie.
Susie!
Commercial punting.
Oh, Susie Q. Susie Q.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Oh, Susie Q.